Hey everyone, my name is Hani Arora. I lead the product management at Rezolve.ai,
Hi guys, my name is Avnish Kumar. I'm from customer success team.
and we are going to talk about why is it time to replace your legacy ITSM. This isn't just about why legacy ITSM tools are expensive or outdated. It's about risk of not moving. The market is moving extremely fast with Agentic AI, and it's only accelerating. Many traditional ITSM platforms are still struggling to deliver even basic AI outcomes that Rezolve.ai delivered years ago.
Yes, honey, and the bigger issue isn't the feature gaps, it's the vision gaps. Most legacy platforms still see themselves as ticketing systems and cost centers, not efficiency engines. Buyers often perceive risk in switching platforms, but there is also a measurable risk in staying. Ongoing licensing and services costs, complexities and tiered pricing, and low automation settings.
Right. And Avnish, why don't we dive right in and show Resolve AI ITSM at this point, and why is it better than the legacy ones?
Yes, I was thinking the same, but just to give a context to our wider audience, let's think about a very simple moment about how the work actually enters into the service desk today. So let's say an employee needs something, it's access, password reset, VPN, or let's say onboarding itself. At that moment, our entire ITSM platform makes one very strong assumption that the next step is to create a ticket. Even with the bots in most platforms, the best outcome is still we create a better ticket a little faster. But Resolve AI is built on a completely different assumption that the most important moment in IT service is not when a ticket is created, it's when a user expresses intent. Because when you get the moment right, you just don't manage the work better. You can start removing work altogether. So that's where our service catalog and bot integration comes into the picture. Let me explain it to you in a very practical terms. When people hear service catalog, they usually think list of forms, a list of requests, or a menu of services. But in our system, the service catalog is just not a front end. It's a process definition. Every offer in the catalog, we define the ticket type, the workflow, the actors, the required data, or any automation that it should run. So instead of saying that here is a form called access request, we say that here is your fully modeled business processes called access requests. Here, if you see, the distinction matters a lot because now the system is not optimized for collecting data, it is optimized for executing a process. And here's where this connects directly to the risk of staying on legacy ITSMs. So let me share my screen and I'll show it to you a glimpse of how our service catalog actually works. We have different modules when you opt in for Resolve, and under ticket management, you would see service catalog, and under service catalog, you would see bunch of options. From that options, you have ticket type. We are managing different kinds of tickets. You have incident, change management, task, request, and any other customizable ticket type is right on your fingertips. You just have to clone one of these, and it is ready to go. Let me show it to you what we cover in incidents or requests or any other ticket type for that matter. First of all, the fields are there. So these are the basic fields that any ticket would require, whether it's summary description. But suppose if your particular ticket type requires something else, you have the option to add a field and you have a bunch of options like text, drop down, rich text, and you can select as per your requirements and have it in your ticket type. Let me open one of those things. So when you have selected a particular field, you would be having label, you would have description. But what matters most over here is, let me write it down, is the advanced settings. Here we have something called regex pattern, which is a kind of a validation. So you can have a field type validation mentioned over here. You can have a minimum length, maximum length. Also, you can set these fields to a set of roles, only only a particular people or a group of people can see this particular field. This is one of the customizable feature that we have. Let me show you about layouts. In layouts, you can design what your actually customers can see at the time of ticket creation, or your agents can see at the time of when they are working on a ticket. And these are all customizable in nature. So suppose if your users want description on top, you can have it just by reordering those fields, and once you are done, you just hit on save. Like that, yeah, you can customize your SLAs as well. So you have your first resolution SLA, your resolution from end to end, and the most important part is the workflow. So workflows are basically it resembles like your visual diagram. If you want to have any other state apart from the states that we are using, it's on a click of a button. You can assign rules as well, that who can move from one state to another state, and you can define any kind of rules over here. Under advanced settings, we have events and actions. So basically, this is one of a scalable feature that we have added into our service catalog. In this section, what happens is you can define an event, and you can define an action. For example, what should happen at the time of ticket creation? So first of all, you have to send an email to the end user. You need to assign the ticket to a proper queue. You need to assign it to a particular category or subcategory. Those things you can uh, add it over here by coming to our platform, and you can change or add more events and actions to a particular uh, line item. You can also manage your ticket routing. So suppose, for example, onboarding request needs to go to a specific queue or needs to go to a specific agent. You can have that under the ticket routing section. You can map the hierarchy. If you have any special UI actions that you need to do, those can also be fulfilled through our service catalog. So let me go into the workflow. In the workflow, you can define the different workflow states and actions associated to that. Uh, this is what you're seeing on my screen is a out of box workflow that we are currently using, but we are not married to it. If you want to change anything, is it's on a click, and you can have different workflow states for your organization as well. You can assign rules to a particular state as well. So from one state to another state, if you want to have someone authoritative who can move from one state to another state, you can add those kind of rules. For example, I just clicked on the transition, and I can see something that there is something called add a rule, and I have bunch of options that I can utilize. So for example, in many onboarding cases, or in use cases where you require certain approval, these transitions are help a lot of our ITSM users in doing the changes from one state to another state. Only authoritative people can uh, approve or reject a particular state and then move forward with the workflow. So that was all about our service catalog. So this is where I want to tie this back to the theme of today. Legacy ITSM systems are designed around the idea that tickets are inevitable. So let's manage them better, route them faster, summarize them with AI. But our platform is designed around a different idea that tickets are not inevitable. They are a signal that automation is not mature enough yet. So instead of asking how do we manage tickets better, we ask how do we design processes and conversations so that fewer tickets are needed. So let me show you a quick glimpse of our bot integration and show it to you how it actually works. So I was talking about trigger context and trigger phrases. So you can, for every offer, you can define some trigger context and trigger phrases. And what actually happens behind the scene is the bot takes this information, and when a user is asking something, it tries to relate whether I should pull this particular offer or I should pull something else. And based on the trigger context, trigger phrases, it creates some meaningful responses and then ask for users anything related to about the ticket. Now this is trigger screen. Now let me show it to you what happens, how you can ask the users relevant piece of information for your ticket. So when it comes on under the bot inputs, you would be seeing that this is coming from your ticket type like subject, summary, employee name, employee ID, joining date, and so forth. And here we have a drop down where you can instruct the bot that when you select may ask leading questions, then at this point the bot would ask a follow-up question. If you have selected fetch from conversation, so whatever the users have typed in the conversation, the bot would try to make sense out of it and fetch that information. And for any field that you wanted to hide from the user, you can always select the third option, which is hide from bot user. To give more context to our bot, you have the description section where you can tell the bot that capture only when A fulfills B, or you can add some kind of a description for your fields as well, so that the bot can make more sense and ask relevant questions to your end users.
Thanks, Abnish. Um, so, guys, agent assist features to us are the features that are AI features but are integrated in the ITSM platform as quick utilities. These utilities kind of empower the agents to resolve issues faster, better, and while being at the top of the issues throughout the entire life cycle of the issues. This is where we differentiate from most of the ITSM products. Instead of having a chat interface where you have to ask the right questions and observe the right answers throughout the chat, we have it integrated in the application where you are working already. This empowers the agents to solve the tickets faster and better. Let's look at the interface. So here I'm at the tickets management. In the ticket inbox, I have all the tickets displayed, like I would see emails in my inbox. And as an agent, I can just click on one after the other to go through the ticket. Now, where agent assist features come very handy are this. Without even going into the ticket, I can see this small dot. As I click on this, I get to see a smart summary followed by a smart sentiment analysis here. So without even going into the depth of the ticket, I get to see how the sentiment of the user is. How should I respond to this? And this particular bit, smart summary, actually helps a lot with context switching. Imagine an agent working on 10 different tickets at one point, has to really go through the entire ticket description, several notes, to understand where he was at the last point when he handed it over to the user for some questions. Now, after reading the smart summary, they can quickly be on top of the ticket. So this way, we are saving time for the agent, and we are making enabling them to resolve the tickets faster. Another feature here is autocomplete. As I start uh, responding to a ticket as an agent, for example, this ticket is about Outlook not working from the last 2 days. Let's see how can I use the autocomplete feature here. So I just wrote an intent here, and as I see this, I can proofread this or I can get this auto completed. If I click on autocomplete, it generated a response here, which was a professional enough response as per my settings. So this feature enables me to quickly respond in a very professional manner. So as long as I have an intent to share, I can quickly use this feature to complete the note. Again, what we are doing is we are saving the time for the user here. The next feature in Agent Assist is a knowledge autocomplete feature. So I'm creating an article as a knowledge analyst here, and I just wrote a title here and a description, and I can now create a well crafted article just by clicking autocomplete. As I click on this feature, it asks me the purpose, the brief description, the outline, if I want to provide it with a table of content kind of a structure, whether or not I want the citations to be added, if at all I would want a particular website to be referenced, for example, a Wikipedia page, etc. So I can provide all of this, and as I click on autocomplete, system works to create the magic, and it provided me with a well crafted article on the subject that I wanted. So this way, I can use agent assist features to save time for the agent and make them more productive. So the next feature that I'm going to talk about is dashboards and analytics. Arguably, the dashboards and analytics is the most important component of any ITSM product, and we have given enough focus and craft to it. We are also aware that reporting requirements are unique to most organizations, and for that reason, we have designed two kind of dashboards in Rezolve AI. One is out of the box dashboard, and one is customizable dashboard. I'll be talking about both today. Let me start with the first type, which is out of the box dashboards. Let's look at the conversation dashboard. So, for example, we have the conversation dashboard here, which comes out of the box. We believe this should be common for a lot of use cases across a lot of organizations, and that's why it is a common dashboard which comes out of the box. You're able to see the total conversations that happened in this period, which is selected here, which is filterable here. Then you can see the total number of queries, the accuracy rate of the queries, how many were thumbs up, thumbs down by the users, what was the CSAT score, the overall experience of the users while interacting with the bot, how many conversations were completed versus how many conversations were abandoned by the users, how many total queries were answered by the bot. Such metrics are available here to be looked at. And then it also allows you to quickly switch between percentage and absolute numbers here. You can also see the breakups of each one of these metrics. So for example, how many were neutral, how many were highly positive, etc. can be seen here. Similarly, how many queries were helpful versus not helpful versus neutral can be seen here. What all queries were answered from which part of the knowledge base is also something that can be seen here. And I can actually see the real conversations as well here, and I can browse through them. As I click on review chat, I'll be able to see the details of the chat as well. I'll be able to browse through the chat. Similarly, if I want to see the details of a query, how was it answered, why was it answered the way it was, I can just click on explainability and see the explainability there. So in this particular case, some feedback was given, some knowledge results were used. So such things can be seen here. Why was it answered the way it was answered? Now I'm going to jump to the customized dashboard here. So this is the incident dashboard, and I can customize it the way I want to customize it. I can apply any number of filters. I can add any charts. As I add a chart here, I can decide what kind of a chart I want to see. And the system allows all these kind of charts here. I can apply various filters. I can edit any chart. And one of the noticeable things about these charts is they are cross-filtered. So if I want to see the tickets by priority, let's say, high priority tickets that are in progress and are assigned to Javed, I can quickly see those tickets here. So it allows me to filter the data that I want to see the way I want to see.
So, in order to close our track, I would like to say that for years, ITSMs has been about optimizing tickets, routing them better, resolving them faster. But in the agentic AI world, the question is no longer enough. The real question is, should tickets still be the center of IT service at all? Employees don't want better tickets, they want faster outcomes. And that's the shift we have tried to highlight today. Legacy ITSMs manage tickets. Resolve AI is designed to reduce or eliminate them through automations and intent driven workflows. So the choice isn't just about replacing a tool, it's about replacing a mindset. Thank you.
Stop managing tickets, start resolving outcomes. Thank you.